So, I want to make this video about kind of something different, right? I wanted the sun to hit me. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the camera. I just wanted to feel the sun. So, I want to talk about something kind of morbid, right? And I want to talk about death. And this sound sounds morbid, but I think about death probably more than most people. I'm someone that thinks about death in a different way, though. Death motivates me. Uh, for some odd reason, when I was younger, I always thought I was going to die young. So that's why I had a child when I was young. And that's why I chased my dreams the way I wanted back then. That's why I did what I wanted. It's actually kind of bright. But it was because I felt like for some reason I had it in my head that I was going to die young. Like it was, I don't know. It was just what I thought. Then I had a child. And then I did DMT and my point of view on death changed. My point of view on death is that death is just a transition. It's just a point A to point B, a dimension. You're just transitioning dimensions, I personally feel like, because I got into smoking DMT a few years ago. I haven't smoked DMT in like 6 months right now. And before that, I didn't smoke DMT for 2 years. But I've had a lot of DMT experiences, and they've kind of showed me that I feel like is the spirit world. I feel like DMT, like if you're smoking DMT and you're using ayahuasca, then I feel like you're traveling the spirit world. The tryptamine world, I feel like, is the spirit world. And now, hopefully I'm high enough to talk about what I'm about to talk about, because, I really don't want to cry on camera, and I'm just... yeah. Well, my grandmother and grandfather are not doing so good. Both of them in the hospital. And I found this out yesterday. And it's mind-blowing because, obviously I cried. Because for me, my grandmother, kind of taught me everything I know, right? Well, she taught me how to cook when I was 8. She would talk to me all the time. Her and my grandfather helped create the philosophical part of my mind in a way. I remember my grandfather would lecture me all the time. And my grandmother would be like, Hugh, you stop lecturing him, because his name is Hugh. But, yeah, it's just interesting how, my point of view on death does not cope with the fact that someone I love dearly is dying. My thought process on it is different than other people, but that's just how I'm weirdly coping, because I'm a very weird fucking person, and I believe some weird fucking shit because I've experienced some weird fucking shit, and my experiences have shaped my mind, and years of traveling through what I believe is the spirit world. I personally believe that the noodle light beings that you see in DMT space are the beings that you will be, because we're supposed to transition, and what you truly are is the being at the end of the game, but you can't be that being yet because you have to learn how to be that being, so you transition. Right now we're learning. By the end of your life, you should have certain lessons, certain tools that you will need to be in the spirit world, that you will need to function in the spirit world. And I feel like that's the point of human existence. And I think one of those tools is love. I think one of those tools is we need to bring love with us there. And We get the love from here because you can fall in love. You can fall in love with the things you do. You can be in love. You can love yourself fully. You can love someone else unconditionally. You can. There's many forms of love. I don't know. It's weird because the way I'm coping is that, we're light beings and we go to another dimension and this is what is. And just because that is what is doesn't matter, because honestly, when we die, we die. Like, the person that my mother birthed, like, I'm not the same person I was 8 years ago. Why would I think I'd be the same person after transitioning into dimensions? You forget, you erase, you just experience, because we're just souls just flowing in this river, and we're trying to stay in a pool, but by staying stuck in that pool, our water becomes dirty, and to cleanse, you need to find a way to unblock that pool and let it flow into the river. And this is what I've just been thinking about. You know what's really fucked up though? Is I've been thinking I don't even really have time to mourn my grandparents. Like, I have to go see them like tomorrow or the next day. But like, my daughter's birthday's this week. I'm stuck at my mom's house. Some bullshit happened. Now we're back at square one. Now I have to immediately get a job. Like, no more bullshitting. But then, like I said, then grandparents in the hospital, life. It's like the universe is having some fun with this fucked up cosmic joke, right? And like, I don't know, the fucked up part about it is, that's just what is, right? What is your grandparents will die. What is your parents will die. What is I have friends that are tatted on me that have died. Like, I've buried a lot of friends that I've went to school with. There's a lot of people dying here in my town from overdose of fentanyl. My uncle was just in the hospital, and I haven't even had time to see him in the hospital. Now I gotta go see my grandparents, gotta fucking find an apartment, gotta fucking deal with all this other shit, ain't got no goddamn money, and it's like, I don't know. The way I look at life is, this is what I mean by, if I haven't given up, then what the fuck, why have you? Because, yeah, I'm gonna cry. Maybe I'll cry when I put this camera down. Maybe I'm too high to fucking cry right now. But when the high comes down, let me tell you, eventually, you can't run away from it forever. And I know this. I need you to know this. That if you have a trauma in your life, you cannot run away from it forever. Buddha was trying to figure out how to deal with exactly this. How to deal with suffering. Like, Buddha wasn't concerned with what creator story or, heaven or hell, because you don't have to deal with that. Doesn't matter right now. What matters right now is you are going to suffer. You're going to go through fucked up shit. And I'm telling you that if you can make it through it, you won't even recognize the person in the mirror anymore. It'll be such a beautiful transformation that you have no idea what is possible. But let me tell you, I've dedicated 5-6 years to traveling dimensions, researching spirituality, researching religions. I've dedicated my life to just finding, what the fuck am I? What's going on? What is spirituality? What are psychedelics? What is the spiritual realm? What are the light beings? What is Mother Ayahuasca? Why does she talk to me when I do DMT? Why does this happen? Why does that happen? Why do I get shown this? Why do I have nightmares? Why does all this bullshit keep happening to me? And then I think to myself, half of it, I'm making it happen to myself, right? Because thoughts create reality. And theoretically, everything is my fault. But the IRS not giving our taxes back, that's not necessarily my fault, right? Like, it is, but I mean, how, like, it's complex. It's like one of those things where, yeah, everything in the universe is your fault, and everything that happens to you is your fault. But it's like sometimes it feels like the universe is playing a sick, cruel joke on you. And my message to the universe, it's not fucking funny anymore. I can deal with a lot of shit, okay? Like, I can sit here and I'm a strong-minded person, okay? I can travel dimensions. You can give me fucking 80 milligrams of DMT right now. I could smoke it all, and I would sit there and meditate and be the quietest person there, and I would come back enlightened as fuck and learn my lesson and pay attention, and I could sit here and meditate right here in this position for 24 hours straight if I needed to. I could run until my legs break. But sometimes it's just too much.